Okay, the purpose of this video is to demonstrate how to multiply by 1 and to explain why it is helpful. You'll notice that in this particular equation there are some fractions, and what we're looking for is actually in the denominator, so that makes it a little bit more difficult. So what we want to do is we want to try to clear those fractions, and that's what multiplying by 1 does. Whenever you see a fraction, multiply by 1, and what you'll end up doing is clearing the denominator, and you'll be ending up with whole numbers or just numbers that are in the numerator. So first thing you have to do is trying to decide what the lowest common denominator is. Actually, it doesn't even have to be the lowest, it just has to be the common denominator. So let me just write that off to the side as a reminder. And if you look at that, you'll see that the lowest common denominator in this particular case is 2 times x plus 1. So what we're going to do is ask ourselves, what do I need to multiply this term by so that I can get 2 times x plus 1 in the denominator? I think the answer is pretty easy to see, and you can multiply it by a 2. Now, you don't want to multiply by 2 though, because multiplying by 2 will change how much you have here. But if you multiply by 2 over 2, or a 1, multiplying by 1, you really haven't changed anything, but now you have that in the denominator. You've changed the form. So and that's what we're trying to do. We're always trying to change the form of the denominator. Let's look at the second term. What do I need to multiply this 2 by so I can get 2 times x plus 1? And again, I think the answer is pretty easy to see. You need to multiply by x plus 1 over x plus 1. Now again, that's just a 1. 1 doesn't change the quantity here, it just changes what the form is. But now my two denominators are the same. Now also don't forget that there's a denominator under the 3, and the denominator under the 3 is just a 1. So what do I need to multiply that 1 by in order to get this denominator? Well, let's multiply it by 2 over 2 and x plus 1 over x plus 1. Now notice all three of my denominators now are exactly the same. Once they're exactly the same like that, you can cross them out. Let's take that out of there. And let's rewrite what we've got left over. We've got 6 minus x plus 1 is equal to 3 times 2 times x plus 1. Now, if you look at that, that is a lot simpler to look at than that original problem. It's a lot simpler for a couple of reasons. I don't have any denominators, and I have just the x's in the numerator, so I'll be dealing just with that. Now it's just a matter of actually simplifying it using your regular algebra. Let's go ahead and distribute that -1. Let's multiply this. I'll get 6. Let's keep on going. Let's distribute that 6. Let's subtract that 1 from that. Next step, I think I'm going to, let me subtract 6x from both sides. That gives me a -7x over here. Let's subtract 5 from both sides. That gives me a 1 over there. And finally, let's divide by a -7. And there's your answer. X is equal to a -1/7. Now, all that was possible because we were able to clear the denominator. Are there other ways to do this? Absolutely. And I'd like you to continue to try using this multiply by 1 trick, though. You'll be able to use it for just about any type of math that you use, whether you're in algebra, whether you're in pre-cal, whether you're in trig, and that sort of thing. So I hope that helped, and I'll post some more videos for you.